Alara Voss was 45 years old. She had sharp green eyes that concealed a lifetime of unspoken regrets, and a build that defied the rigid expectations of the West Coast tech elite her lineage had embedded her in. As a woman from a pioneering Silicon family, she commanded attention not through her inheritance, but through her poised intellect and the way she engaged others, as if every conversation held a hidden innovation waiting to be uncovered. Yet in private circles, those who admired her venture investments whispered about her as the bloated heiress. Her husband, Damien Hale, was among the loudest. That afternoon, their Palo Alto estate echoed with the scent of eucalyptus and artisanal tea. It was Damien's promotion day at his startup firm. The personal caterer had arranged an elaborate high tea spread, and Alara had selected exotic orchids to grace the sunroom. She had picked out a bespoke prototype gadget, a cutting-edge smart ring he coveted, not for its functionality, but for the status it would flash in investor meetings. Damien, 5 years her junior, was a visionary entrepreneur in public and distant at home. His stare was that of a strategist, forever plotting his next pivot. They had been wed for 12 years. No kids, no controversies, no passion. Alara often pondered if the spark had ever ignited or if she'd fabricated it, like envisioning a virtual reality escape that never materializes. At 3:47 in the afternoon, she descended the sleek spiral staircase clutching a folder. It contained a pledge for a $150,000 grant in Damien's name to an emerging AI ethics institute. She believed it would delight him. He thrived on appearing innovative. More so, he relished boosting his online persona. The lounge was vacant, but murmurs drifted from the nearby study. She halted instinctively and lingered just outside the cracked door. And then she caught it. "That bloated relic repulses me, mother," Damien chuckled. "I'm only in it for her connections. Did you really think I enjoyed sharing a bed with her?" Alara froze, her breath caught. Vivian Hale, her mother-in-law, responded without shock, her tone affirming the evident. "At least fake it, Damien. Hold on until you secure her network fully. After that, you know the drill. That woman's time in your orbit is limited. Do you want to be chained to a form that resembles a deflated balloon? A sack crammed with outdated code?" They chortled with the ease of those unburdened by remorse. Alara swallowed sharply. The folder slid from her grasp noiselessly. Her expression held steady, but her knees quivered faintly, as if reality had accelerated. She steadied herself. She retreated silently, ascending the stairs without a creak from her flats, and softly shut her office door as though undisturbed. She didn't weep. She didn't rage. She didn't challenge them. That evening they shared a meal. Alara flashed a bright grin and presented his gift. Damien acknowledged it with a perfunctory peck on the forehead and simulated excitement. Vivian noted the herbal infusion was superb and hinted Alara might benefit from a colleague's wellness app. Laughter ensued from all but Alara. She observed them with a tranquility that masked strategy more than peace. Well past midnight, Damien slumbered deeply in the master wing, while Alara padded shoeless through the home. She surveyed each space. The abstract sculptures she'd curated, the ergonomic furniture sourced from Scandinavia, the holographic display she'd never mastered. Each item stood as a mute observer to an existence that had never been authentically hers. It was a gallery designed to conform to a template that had stifled her for decades. In the home lab, she retrieved a notepad and penned steadily, "Grateful for revealing your core algorithm." She signed it anonymously. She folded the message, then booted her tablet. Within 40 minutes, she engaged a confidential venture scout and an overseas investor, rerouting the core of her portfolio to a fresh Cayman Islands vault under an alternate persona. Having overseen her family's tech holdings for years, she mastered seamless asset shifts without breadcrumbs. By dawn, the estate faded in her rearview. No staff noticed her exit. She toted merely a duffel, a trench coat, her ID, and a snapshot of herself at 20. Envisioning coding revolutions before the Hale brand reduced her to a strategic alliance. 3 hours on, Damien stirred. He summoned his wife, puzzled by her vanishing. He scoured the atrium, the pool deck, the garages. He unearthed her only via the notepad on her desk. Grateful for revealing your core algorithm. He balled it up, clueless. He never guessed she'd eavesdropped. He dismissed it as a glitch, an erratic outburst, digital drama. He dialed her device. It was deactivated. He fired off messages. Silence. He rang his mother. Where's Alara? Why ask me? She's gone. Left this cryptic note. Grateful for revealing your core algorithm. What does that even compute? Vivian sensed a chill for the first time. That very day, Damien learned the property had been flipped. The purchaser funneled funds straight to the Cayman vault. He lacked entry. Legally, all was Alara's domain down to his gadgets. What Damien ignored was the impending media storm. The investment firm handling the reroute had accidentally tipped a tech journalist probing Damien for insider trading. Scandal loomed on primetime feeds. Alara, meanwhile, reclined on a train bound for the East Side district of Detroit, a locale where her face meant nothing. She gazed out the pane, her gaze steady, lips firm. She clutched her old photo in her coat's inner fold like a talisman, and for the first time in ages, she inhaled freely. No roadmap, no endpoint, just a mission. Reboot from zero value, to gauge her true code. On the nightly broadcast, the host declared, "The spouse of up-and-coming tech mogul Damien Hale has vanished. Whispers of estate liquidation and asset drains. Speculation runs from abduction to corporate intrigue." No one knew the facts, but she did. She recognized the true hijack had been her whole trajectory. She understood disdain veiled as partnership had no slot in her upgrade. And she realized soon the globe would encounter a woman labeled a privileged bloated dreamer, now resolved to demonstrate nothing outpowers a woman who codes her own elevation. No one suspected that beneath her composed facade lurked a narrative vaster than any deceit. Alara Voss hadn't fled. She had rebooted. The train rattled through gritty avenues, the windows smeared with urban haze. Her duffel sat on her knees. No circuits, no luxury interfaces, no premium sense. Just credentials, currency, a journal brimming with lines scrawled when her core couldn't buffer the overload. And that worn image of her youth, her poised before a server farm, palms outstretched as if commanding the digital realm. Back then, she hadn't crossed paths with Damien. Back then, she hadn't morphed into the polished echo of a simulated existence. The train halted with a jolt. The conductor glanced back indifferently and grunted, "East Side, end of line." Alara rose. No eyes lingered on her. No one identified the figure who mere days prior headlined innovation galas and funding rounds. Here she blended into obscurity. And for the first time, it sparked liberation. Eastside wasn't destitute. It was resilient. The weathered storefronts narrated tales of harsh downturns, shattered ventures, and aspirations sprouting like graffiti on concrete. Kids dashed through littered lots. Folks hauled groceries while juggling calls. A vendor hawked street tacos from a cart at the intersection. A battered speaker blared vintage hip-hop. Alara traversed the blocks, absorbing each nuance with a blend of apprehension and intrigue. A faded flyer on a lamppost snagged her eye. Space for lease, communal facilities, no inquiries. She rapped on the adjacent door. A man in his 70s with lined features and wary squint emerged. Seeking? Saw the posting. Need a spot for a spell. Cash up front. He appraised her top to bottom. She jarred the scene. Too refined. Demeanor too polished for these streets. Handle? Alara paused briefly. Nova Pulse. Quirky tag. Step in. Slots open. No rebates. Steer clear of drama. None from me. The space was cramped. Single cot, a rattling vent, a pane sans latch. Walls bore moisture marks. It reeked of stagnation, yet to her, it echoed refuge. She covered a month and unpacked. That night, no tears. She reclined on the stiff pad, shut her lids, and let quietude operate. Next day, she roamed without aim. She posed as a victim of corporate sabotage, stripped of assets. Not false, though motives diverged from assumptions. They eyed her with sympathy laced with intrigue. Fresh face. Odd vibe. Another glitch in a grid of them. She reached a modest tech repair hub. The exterior flaked. Within, battered workbenches, mismatched stools, a counter improvised from crates. A guy debated with an elder over parts they couldn't fund. "Sir, we've covered this, no stock on that processor and sourcing external risks fakes." The voice belonged to a lean man with tousled black hair. Cuffs rolled, shadows under eyes hinting at burnout. His gaze held weariness, but his delivery was resolute yet empathetic. Alara observed momentarily. He flicked a glance her way, then refocused. "Tell your kin to return. Funds or not, we fix here. We'll source the components somehow." Post-exchange, Alara neared. "You the tech?" "I'm Theo Grant. Hardware issue. No volunteering. Skilled in system optimization. Could handle stock logs, grant pursuits, that sort." Theo paused, scrutinizing. Her articulation held assurance clashing with her tale of ruin. He didn't probe. Extended a palm. "Welcome, Nova. This spot craves action over origins." Thus it commenced. Days blurred. Alara sorted tangled cables, cataloged obsolete gear, chased scant grants arriving like glitches. Past irrelevant. Present output mattered. There she encountered Kira. Age 9, lank locks, wide hazel eyes wise beyond measure. Perched on a stool, chin on a kind elder's arm. "Aunt Mira, she won't code for days." The woman noted nocturnal spikes, pallor deepening. Theo scanned her, cued diagnostics, then stepped out, slumping against brick. Face taut. "What?" Alara queried. "Suspect neural decay, but confirms cost." Alara peered in. Kira tinkered with a busted drone, whispering commands as if sharing hacks. Aunt Mira neared Alara post-Theo. "You're outsider. Apologies, but your grip steady, posture aligned. This grind bends us." Alara silent. "No fret. Youth hid my bits, too. Not judging. Just note. When a woman's masking, pick viewers wisely. Some scan for exploits, others for essence." Theo's the latter. Alara dipped head, throat tight. Fortnight elapsed. Alara integrated not via expertise but contribution. Time ears drive. She scrubbed panels, aided repairs, lugged crates. Nights journaled a refrain. "I ignored the offline till I crashed." One dawn, tallying circuits in the cramped bay, the line buzzed. Theo grabbed it routinely, face shifting at the tag. "Hail? Confirmed? File intact?" Alara fumbled a module. He eyed her, mute, noted quiver. "You good?" "Yeah." Light-headed. Theo wrapped the call wordlessly. No elaboration. Stepped out for air. Alara's pulse raced like overclock. "Hail." A trigger in her cache. Ripple of all she aimed to purge. Later, spotted him isolated. "Mind the call?" Theo wavered. Old case thought archived. Name echoed years back. "Hail." Alara chilled. "Know it?" She fibbed. Survival mode. Theo didn't push, but his stare pieced fragments. Alara sleepless. Sat on cot, duffel unzipped, photo clutched, journal weighted. In this alias tango, lies, veiled facts, unsure how long to sustain her fresh build. Scars heal some, others throttle. Hale was throttler. Query not if Damien tracks her. Query. Upon ping, sturdy to confront, or revert to unseen firewall she'd battled to breach. Alara stared at her reflection in the grimy communal sink as she rinsed. Water tepid and turbid. Tiles echoing a self she half knew. Nova Pulse. Alias as shield. Worn smoother, yet inner code flickered. Weeks dragged, but core shifted. Simple loops, genuine links, facade void, it refactored her spirit like debug forging protocol. Damien thoughts faded. No looped slur like viral worm. Now, Kira's giggle, Theo's fatigue, Aunt Myra's insight, and sprouting seed. Erect anew from wreckage, not solo, but for women similarly patched, glitched, muted. Kira anchored her, child latched with pure trust, as awaiting her eternally. They hacked toy bots, spun wild algos, shared pauses louder than data streams. Alara needed no bio-link for that tie. Knew this was affection fate thrice denied. Felt unseen too? Kira posed one morn, sketching circuits on floor with markers. Often Alara auto-replied, then we're synced. 'Cause fear makes eyes avert, poof, you're ghosted. Alara throat lumped, pondered her averted gazes, sealed in elite silos, feigning blind to glitches from her fortified feed. That fault looped constant. One sweltering noon, district pulsed with beats. Block hackathon for funds. Theo floated it for diversion. Alara orchestrated. Rallied locals for apps, prototypes, coded wares. Time slots, zones, clearances. Swiftly central. Who you pre? Nova? Aunt Mira quipped needing dough. But now self-suits this node. Alara grinned. Ceased alias corrections. Beyond mask. Version she willed authentic. Amid uplift, buried bit surfaced. Theo chatted aid on stale file. Dropped nausea inducer. Vivian Hale. My elite client. Theo noted, unaware Alara curtain lurked. Axed Ian's back for balking at masking rogue scripts for hooked execs. Her spawn, Mogul Damien, vowed career wipe if leaked. Alara stung. Her arc and Theo's intertwined pre-meet. Identical tag, identical rot. Loop tightening blind. Or fate harsher. That eve, post-hackathon, Alara scaled her building's roof. Stargazed. First tears since Bolt. Not woe. Tart blend thanks and ache. Vital. Unchained. Shadows lingered indelible. Kilometers distant, Damien Hale hurled his tablet at his loft wall. Screen cracked sans witness flinch. Venture tanked. Backers bailed. Feeds sniffed estate flip. Alara's vanish ballooned scandal. Locate her, he barked at his PI hire. Means irrelevant. Need her pre-melt. The operative, ex-intel with jaded glare, nodded flat. Traces mounted, transfers, signals, fuzzy cams. Time tick. Meanwhile, Alara scouted derelict Fab Lab fringeside. Unseen. No suspicion she'd covertly acquired via fresh alias. Vision crisp. Morphed to nexus for abused women. True hub. Mentors, sustenance, lodging, code aid. Spot for kin to reboot sans alias fibs. Journaled specs. Recs, vendors, fund streams. Theo aided sans deep dives. Suspicion swapped for esteem, though his gaze pulsed unmistakable sorrow. Lost my partner to botched algo-diagnosis, he confided one dusk. Premium nets air too. Just cloak slicker. Alara absorbed mute. Knew he too fractured by corrupt grid. At hackathon, Kira peddled wired charms. Grin outshone neon. Darted booths vital. Aunt Mira eyed weary joyful. Flow smooth till abrupt. Kira folded. Frame spasmed brief, then limp. Crimson trickled nostril. Hush instant. Theo scooped, bellowed commands. Alara trailed, limbs numb. At hub, for hooked, samples pulled, vents applied. Verdict iced. Neural decay advanced. Theo voiced cracked. Lacks on-site toolkit. Alara fisted. No idol. Not for this child soul restorer. That night, Kira fever dozed, Alara delved duffel, eyed final cash. Lone relic concealed tight, unsold, unleft. Ancestors pendant, emerald core worth district plus. Gripped, trekked urban. Dawn return. Sealed packet, voucher for treatment kickoff. No origin queries, no claim. But Theo's gaze shifted. Not doubt, assurance. You didn't node here to cloak, he stated. Here to refactor. And succeeding even on patched truths. Alara averted eyes first. Yearn truth dump. Real tag, arc, all. But held. Not yet. Kira bedgrin chapped. Don't ghost. Never. Ilara palmed. Clock pulsed. Damien hunted. But Ilara transcended the mute at disgust echo. Now fighter. Fear lurking each grin. 'Cause Fib's prolonged spawn autonomy, and hers pulsed. Query, how long till control slips? 'Cause breathing Fib learns terminate too. Ilara stirred pre-dawn, as routine since Nova pulse boot. Vent hummed steady, walls grayer ever. Lids clenched pre-full open. Delay weight crushing chest. Kira lingered hooked, scripts barely throttling neural creep. Each tick battle. Each child grin anti-despair. Despite jewel sale fun seed, new shortfall. Protocol protracted, savage, resource hungry. Not mere bits, but essence. At hub, Theo track tighter. Motions, quiets, precise self-redact. Beyond esteem, unsettling hunch, like navigating known net with labels scrubbed. Sensing her tail truncated, sanitized, glossed. Inner prompt, layers deep beneath mournful poise. That morn, circuit tally in makeshift depot. Theo casual dropped. Nova, offshore stint, dialect polished, elite neutral. Rare here. She halted, gulped, quick compile. Euro studies, then Seattle gigs. Hence odd inflection. Theo affirmed mute, but I doubt deepened. Hours post, Ilara hub visited derelict fab. Sat dust on shattered crate. Journal out. Scribed loan line. Dreads enclosure with unlocked ports. Shut. Deep inhale. Footfalls rear. Turned. Aunt Mira? Sack of wraps one hand. Keen visage. Hunted you at hub. Kira queried. Ilara rose, brushed palms. Jotting bits. Must operational pre-crash. Elder set wraps on crate. You flee not sabotage or fiscal wipe. Day one new. Not from output, from silences. You bolt not affection, dear. Only dread. And who spooks you? Query hung like dense fog. Ilara craved reply. Lacked bandwidth for internal load. Murmured choked. My code. Elder nodded. Needed no more. Left wraps, gentle shoulder pat. Exited sans farewell. Meanwhile, in silicon, Damien glared screen, fury contained. 4. Snap from volunteer at block hackathon. Cluster locals round gadget booth. Edge, fuzzy yet distinct. Her Ilara. Damien core surged. Bolted up. Chair toppled, barked void. Prep ride. East side bound. Trio hours post. His sleek EV with shaded glass glided grit streets. Jarring locale. Folks eyed wary. Some sidestepped, others ignored. Ilara gauze hall return. Hurried stride when spotted vehicle at hub entry. Halted. Gut plunged. Chest locked. ID'd that chassis blind, lightless. No think. No scan. Pivoted heels, reversed march. Not sprint but evade pace sans flag. Ducked lane. Next. Scaled rise. Crouched ruined barrier till engine hummed off-site. Unseen. Damien unpinged. But proximity max sleepless night. Dread rebooted chronic. Pondered fragile build sustain pre-total fail. At hub, Kira awaited bright-eyed. Extended wired band. Anti-ghost charm. Ilara knelt bedside. Forehead stroke. Synced sans it. Sad? Bit. Why? You patched my runtime. Ilara tear buffered. 'Cause mine's debug elusive. Theo doorway eavesdropped. Inner fracture. Uncertainty intolerable. This not random. Scars mismatched fabtail. Dawn all dozed. Theo bay entered. Tablet lit. Unsure hunt till executed. Type tag haunting since Nova meet. Ilara Voss. Results flooded. Gala shots. Cover features. Vanish news. Estate flip articles. Venture scandals. Freeze frame. Identical grin. Eyes. Face he'd decoded months. Nova pulse null. Mask. Fabrication. Yet deeds authentic. Aid. Warmth. Commit. Glass shard past woman lifesaver. Her own resurrected, now he decoded her. Loop sealed. He reclined, lids shut. Feign ignorance no more. Truth price. Avert option. He'd not repeat. Theo roused sans rest. Alara Voss screen burned. Witnessed her mend others' glitches while silent carrying own. New confront alters all. But mute betrays prized. Authenticity. Located her at hub stoop, journal gripped. Not scripting. Balancing. Chat needed, blunt. She lifted gaze. No shock. Inner knew he knew. Firm notebook slow shut. Overdue. To Fab Lab, void space meaning filling. Theo eyed her. Poised like ripple starter aware waves unstoppable. Why fabricate? Alara wall leaned. Voice low solid. Truth hunt bait. He'd track. Reuse. No strength left as display widget in shielded vault. Alara Voss. Theo whispered. Tag stinging. Spouse of Damien Hale, heiress to prime circuits. Vanished. National enigma. Fractured female. Headlines skipped that. Theo head dipped. She neared. Eye lock. Fibbed not game. Not manipulate. Craved hurt-free runtime. Found? Alara sad grinned. Kira giggles your unexpecting chats. Glitch patches sans feeds. He absorbed. Beyond verbiage. Beyond verdict. No coward. Final. Brave exit now brave return. Return where? Voice your tag bold. Confront. Reclaim yours. Else they seize as ever. She eyed long. Chest fractured. Meanwhile, in Valley, feeds exploded headlines. Leaked from oversight, docs, recordings, transfers tying Damien Hale, Vivian to data fraud, fund misuse, regulator bribes. Damien phone raged attorneys. Vivian room-bound. Not remorse. Dread. That morn, no sender envelope at threshold. Inside, altered credential copy. Note. Authenticity undeletable. Vivian no need. Buried mute past resurfaced justice demand. Desperate act. Years dialed Theo. He took at hub. Voice near on ID. Theo, must converse. Solo you. Theo paused. Consented. Met discreet motel campfire. Vivian aged rapid weeks. No adorn, no layer, just bags, shakes, hand fear betraying. Not justify sans I meet. No deeds but must know. Damien not mine. Theo blinked. Meaning? Spouse and I barren. Violated at 19. Concealed. Faked legit maternity. Raised as amnesia. Told him? Never. Till now morphing that violator. Can't permit. Long hush. Vivian box produced. Snaps, files sealed. Kira girl mother's tag. Birth death. Unregistered. Scrutinize. Could be her kin. Coincidences. Dates. Bits. Violator's offspring might daughter, and daughter with them. Theo exited weight-burdened. Puzzle link unclear, but intuition. Truth nearer imagined. That eve Alara Fab waited. Cleaned. Sorted. Diverted. His face. More than ill news. What? He dumped. Vivian. Damien. Cure potential. Alara mute. Window ward. Back speak. My dump too. Theo swallowed. That I'm failing. Neurodegenerative. MS variant. Diagnosed year back. Partial bolt reason. No death amid inheritance sweepers. Theo wordless. Months if fortunate want meaningful ticks. Will eyes damp. Build nexus. Leave enduring post you. She embraced fear-free first. Touch as earth anchor pre-fail. Room return Alara envelope cursive her. Opened. Letter. Handwriting pre-read ID her father's. Alara, this red means I'm offline. Unsure harm inflicted. No years hated you. You all I couldn't. Your mother favored you. You innovated effortless. I mere shadow in Silicon Tower. Forgive harsh. Non-shield. Non-tell you deserved beyond connection hunter spouse. New day one. Muted as habit. No excuse. Confession, plea. Bar my glitch in you. Free. Robust. When can't proceed, unmask. Permit care. Affection. Support. 'Cause unspoken. You salvage worthy too. Alara sobbed soul shake. Chain release years. Nexus unfinished. Damien hunting. Diagnosis body embedded. But night, first fear-free slumber cause truth stings, yes, but liberates. No fib capacity. Wanted build pre-body quit. With Theo, Kira, truth soul legacy. FabLab work wrapped fortnight early. District digits unified as innate. Illiterates in code welded frames surgeon precise. Pain bearers configured nodes as wound wash. Each component, each link held narrative. Untold till now. Nova Pulse Nexus launch sans media, sans lenses, sans hollow pitches. Only essentials present. Kira, lock sparse from therapy, wielded shears ribbon slice. Theo, gaze fogged, palmed Alara's as she inhaled deep, each draw defiance versus end. Alara legal wrapped weeks prior. Residual holdings, vaults, stakes, equities to Nexus name. No relic, no asset personal. Oppression symbols now liberation tools. Alara paced fresh halls slow, pale partitions, kid-coded murals, vacant bays patient await. Profound stir, not mere construct. Her imprint, atonement. Days on, Vivian shadowed corner. Arrival unseen. Plain garb, no enhance, no bands. Eyes puffed, frame bent, guilt load finally overload. Kira dozed entry. Vivian bed sat, awkward hand stroke. Murmured self-directed more than child. Exited quiet, but Alara outer waited. Knew you'd interface, she said. Vivian gaze low. No justify. Here forgive seek, not Damien. His path chosen. For me, complicit, muted. Alara second silent. Expect absolution? No, just audit. Then output. Watched you fade years. Perfected to invisible. Ghosted, Alara. As I lifelong. Exploited. Maneuvered. Silence too. You mirrored. Hence hate. Reminded undone dares. Alara neared. I direct. Audit but no absolve your to me. Absolve your to self. Vivian tear released decades held. On streams, Damien news not mogul suspect. Image amid fraud heads, data wash influence nets. Party ejected. Face no smile cell. Scandal cell. Last ditch. Nexus fronted. Alara second level watched. No dread, no fury. Cooler. Pity sad. Observing lost already. The courtyard waited. Briefcase clutched. Aged beyond ticks. No conflict saw her. Deal propose. No deals you calm reply. Proofs, files. Could crash you public fib. Claim theft, vanish fake asset grab. Did already. Grabbed not material. Dignity you dropped eons. Nearer, eye lock. Think this node worth less than had? No. Only worth thing cause material yours. Never peace. Damien backstepped. Truth harder than threat. And mother tell, audited. Girl no need grand origin. Love sufficient. Sans yours. Pre-reply, Alara purse delve. Envelope hand. Last from me. Damien departed unopened. Later barren unit. Red. Authority sans affection void. Wealth sans core demise. You terminated me alive multi. But I rebooted you ego entombed. No foes. Null. Solo learn. Perhaps self-ping start. Theo Alara night shared. Not passion. Truth night. Same cot. Breath sink. Castaways ocean cling. Scared? Peace not fear void, suffices. Love you. No verbal. His palm to her core. Dawn, Theo coffee fetch. Return. Her dozed, grinned, breathless. Near touch new gone. No yell, no instant weep. Bed sat. Handhold till sun peak. Desk. Envelopes hand-tagged. Theo's, Kira's, Aunt Myra's, Vivian's. Theo's. No weep was. Grateful was. Life I self wanted your hands. Never doubt light, 'cause you illuminated my dark. Kira's. Taut smile patches Nova Pulse Nexus endured. Expanded. Mended. Embraced. Prime wall. Mural Alara grin. Reminder some women perish yet persist. Cause world changer not wealth, truth affection built. Theo unsure side stay duration. Hour 2. Realm halted simple space where she, quiet frame grin lingering. Opted quiet exit, noiseless, fearless. Departed as last months lived. Silent, indelible traces. No elite memorial, no litany crystal lit, no politico foe. Cremated per REQ. Ashes garden scattered Nova Pulse Nexus. Young Oak Kira vowed Dawnwater. Death news district viral. Women gate wept. Kids hushed. Kira mute days. Theo autopiloted. Unstop. Ops continue. Vowed her arc not room buried. Kira unearthed more. Weeks post. Alara desk drawer. Bound script. Clinic note hand. Title hand. My spouse said I repulsed him. Prologue. Not abandoned woman tale, but one who self-abandoned world please. One day rebooted. Theo one night read. Finish new action. Months on indie publish. Unanticipated surge. Social viral, then legacy media. Women silent bought. Tear shared. Whisper meet unianalyze. Alara's not mere betrayed spouse. Every woman insufficient felt. Interviews. Theo Nexus pitch. No book credit. Proceeds new Nova Pulse Nexus sites. Clear. No woman vanished to relive. Kira second site named. Reboot house. Modest, vital. Wall painted Alara letter. Vow story script. Did. Kira scripted. Kid book from EXP. Girl Grey Monster defeated Grin Wired Band. Fair invites. Interviews. Alara spoke as live to her was. Theo Nexus tech lead. Days absence weight stone-like. But garden step. See women code. Kids dash. Volunteers eager. New Alara triumphed. Affection undead. Legacy not dust but root. Neck locket. Her strand pre-end gift. Note. Doubt touch. My persistent bit. Public never. Solo nights silent sting. Vivian transformed. Initial disbelief even her. Visited glitch women hubs. A non-volunteer abuse center. Shock. All holdings, stakes, vaults to Nova Pulse Nexus. Public vanish. No hearsay. Some convent spec, others offshore. Truth. Tag power synonym no more. Silent shadow control free. Damien sank. Lost all, assets, rep, nodes. Memoir attempt name clear, no buy. Faded obscurity, as lie empire builders do. Theo once cafe spotted. Alone, unkempt, gaze lost. No approach, no output. Thought Alara last letter. No foes, null. Year post-death, Nexus special ceremony her tag. Diverse arrivals. Book read women, violence escaped, traffic rescued. Silent healed via arc vocal bold. Shameless, fearless. And woman Mike, invisible till her script. Alara undead. Rebooted in me multis. Theo lids shut, grinned. Exit Kira hand grab. Think she pings from cloud? Undoubt. In you me us. Dream her?